Welcome to day 2 of your 1 point perspective house. We are going to add some details to our house today. And again, I am doing a gingerbread house. And if you don't want to do this, obviously you can do your own thing. I also did just a few like rolling hills in the back to kind of show just some more texture and landscape to here. So you can do that kind of stuff too if you want to, or if you want to make yours more like a cityscape, that's going to be up to you. I have a lot of empty space here in the lower right here in front, so I'll think of something that I can add to that as well. And I do suggest to you guys, since you have access to technology, that you could do some image searching of the type of house that you want to make, so you can kind of come up with some ideas. So I'm going to work on my roof first and put in kind of these scallops, or kind of you think about them as upside down rainbows on the roof line to show some kind of detail and texture on the roof. And if I was going to do this again, like in perspective, the ones that are farther away would be slightly smaller, and the ones closer to me would be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to try to make the ones farther away a little bit smaller, and the ones closer a little bit bigger. And I'm going to just kind of use this kind of upside down rainbow, or you can think of it as a scallop or fish scale, that I will repeat through the whole top to bottom of the roof. So I'm just going to kind of keep going, and I'm going to maybe add a couple little circles in here, like little candies or gumdrops in between each of those to kind of just add a little bit more color later and just to separate the layers and the rows a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the roof line, and then we'll talk about some more things we can add. As I finish up the bottom of the roof here, the next part that I am going to work on is I'm going to put some kind of like drizzled icing on the edge of the roof. So I'm going to use this kind of wavy or curvy line that kind of really just kind of almost like it's oozing kind of up and down all the way to the top and then back down to the bottom, and I'm following the roof line here and really just kind of like making it look like icing or maybe even icicles drizzling down the sides of the roof just for an extra little detail or an enhancement. Next thing I'm going to do is kind of address the corners here. I'm going to turn them into like candy canes. So I'm just going to draw another vertical line parallel to that and then draw some kind of slightly curved lines to show the stripes or the different lines of the candy canes. And then I think I'm also going to do that around the door just to kind of enhance it and give it another detail. So I'm just mimicking the line that I made of the door, just a little bit outside of that. So again, it's a parallel line, and then placing those slightly curved lines inside of that to be able to add some color to those stripes a little bit later. I'm going to just draw a little circle for a doorknob, and I think I'm going to add a window in here too that is curved at the top to match the door, just to give it some more interest. And I'm going to just put a couple of lines inside these windows here to show the panels or the panes of the window. So I do one vertical line in each one, and then one line that matches the angle of the window. So it wouldn't be straight horizontal, it would be slightly on a diagonal, matching the lines of the windows. And I think that that is all I'm going to address for today. But I have a lot of extra space that I can think about for my background. So you guys could kind of think about how you want to add some detail. So my house looks pretty much done. So I'm going to think about what I can kind of add and do for the next time. I'm going to go ahead and quickly outline this so you can really see it. And then you will have a better idea of all of the lines that I added, because they're kind of hard to see in pencil. And again, I'm sorry about that. So here is my house outlined, and I highly suggest that you do this whether you have a Sharpie or even just a black colored pencil, so all your details really stand out. A lot of times they can get completely lost if we don't outline them, so I suggest doing that. I also went through and erased my pencil lines to clean it all up. So for our next class, I'm just going to draw a few details in the background to give you some ideas of how you can kind of enhance this and make it even more interesting. And then you can also be adding some color. So go ahead and kind of add your architectural details, whatever kind of house you're doing, and then for the next time be kind of thinking ahead of what you want to add in your background.